This reaction we're about to do is by Tony Brienne. Well, the video is made by Tony Brienne, and it is the natural hair community is so problematic. Now let's see what's going on because I got my natural hair, natural locks. But let's see, because you know she be talking about the females. She be talking to the females about the females. So let's see what she talking about.
Episode is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.com offers a wide array of hotels and vacation rental. Booking.com, Booking.yeah. Book today on the site or in the app. I fear the natural hair movement can be deemed as one of the most insufferable movements to date. Oh, we are taking it all the way there. You guys, my voice is kind of gone because I'm getting over a cold. So if I sound a little bit crazy, that is why. Sick, and please ignore the fact that my microphone has no top, okay? I felt as if the top kind of clashed with my outfit. So we're gonna do it the ghetto way, okay? It's gonna have to work. I think my outfit's kind of cutesy, okay? But I wanted it to show throughout this entire video. So yeah. Ignore that. But you guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. My name is Tony Brienne. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how insufferable the natural hair movement can be. I have talked about the natural hair movement in different videos. I've talked about the origin of the natural hair movement. I talked about the rise of the natural hair movement. And today we're going to take it in a different spin. We're not going to be, I guess, highlighting the natural hair movement. We're going to actually be going against it a bit. Because I think in some cases why so many Black women steer away from wanting to be natural is because of how hostile the natural hair movement could be in light of loving your curls, coils, and locks. But you guys know I like to start off every video with a little bit of positivity. So
I can understand why she's saying that. I can associate the hostility of the natural hair movement and how people are within that movement. I can compare that to like when you're in spirituality or when you're in church or whenever you're in this type of in a certain, like, I won't say a certain group, but a certain like lifestyle, as some people would say, because a lot of people think that, oh, if you're not doing your hair like this, or if you're not putting these things in your hair, if you're not doing this, you're not spiritual, you're not natural, you're not holy, you're not this, you're not fully this, because then it's like, bruh, you don't know how my hair grows. You don't know what that will do to my hair. I don't even know. I'm just trying shit out. I'm just trying shit out for me to see what the best is for me. Not everybody's body is made the same. But y'all want to judge. And that's creates the hostility to where it's like, bro, I don't even want to. If I am going to do this, I'm going to do it in silence. Which is the best thing to do. Don't even talk about it. People are going to see it. Oh, shit, what you do with your hair? Oh, yeah, I use this. Cool. Oh, shit. You open, man. What you open, you talk about God, but you swallow it. I'm just conscious, brother. Honestly, I'm just conscious, and I just move every day towards growth and ensuring that I am aligning with my purpose, God's purpose for me. I don't go by what everybody else says. The only person I go by the only persons or beings words I go by is Yahweh, my God.
So let's first start off with the quote of the day and end off with the verse of the day. Today's quote of the day is, I release the need to worry about the future. Today's verse of the day is Timothy 2, chapter 4, verse 7, and it reads, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. And without further ado, guys, let's get straight into today's video. Taking you in this moment. So your girl saw a video recently that enlightened me to come on this said channel and talk about how insufferable the natural hair movement and community could be. But before we get into how insufferable they could be, let's talk about what the natural hair movement is, because some people watching may not even know what the movement is and what the significance of the movement is. So according to uptowncurl.com, the natural hair movement traditionally pertains to people of African descent embracing their natural hair. As Black women throughout history, we have always been told that our natural hair is ugly, undesirable, not attractive, and and not deemed to be fit for society. So throughout history, we've had to tuck away our natural hair, we've had to cover it up, we've had to change the pattern of our natural hair. There were a lot of different things we've done to manipulate the origin or the naturalness of our hair. And with the natural hair movement, the entire process of it was for us to learn to love our hair all over again. And I feel like the natural hair movement has phases. It has phases when a lot of Black women are wearing their natural hair, they're not perming it, they're not adding weave, they're not adding extensions, they're not wearing wigs. But then we also have moments where the natural hair movement kind of gets quieted and Black women revert back to those techniques of straightening their hair, relaxing their hair, wearing wigs, just wearing their natural curls less and less. And I honestly feel like we are kind of in that phase right now, but I guarantee you, especially with trends coming and going, we are going to be seeing the natural hair movement resurge very, very soon. I have already been seeing it with a lot of people making content about embracing your natural hair, getting a silk press, which is just straightening your hair, but not adding in extensions, not adding in a quick weave, but embracing the hair that is growing out of your scalp. So I think that's a wonderful thing. I do think as Black women, we should embrace our curls. We should love our hair. But with that comes a lot of judgment. And judgment from people unprovoked, judgment from people who are embracing their natural hair and maybe not adding any heat to their hair, like fully embracing their hair. They don't care to use gel. They don't care to use edge control. They just embrace exactly how their hair looks in its natural state, which I think is phenomenal. And that's great for those women. But with them doing that, with them embracing their natural hair, they begin to speak down on Black women that are choosing to manipulate their hair in other ways, choosing to wear weaves, choosing to wear quick weaves, choosing to wear wigs, half wigs, whichever. And I even noticed that in the comments of my video because I did a video speaking about this a few months ago, discussing Black women and our hair and how the natural hair movement came about and just the history of why Black women supposedly hate their hair. And people in the comments were like, wow, this video really would have ate if you wore your natural hair. It's so funny how some people label natural hair as one specific thing. They think natural hair is wearing all of your hair, not wearing any form of weave, any form of extensions, nothing of that sort. You guys have been following me since before 2022. I never had a sew-in in my entire life. I never wore weave. The most I did was braids. Never, ever, 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 okay? I got my first ever sew-in on my 22nd birthday. I would wear like maybe like a half wig with a ponytail, but that would be something that I'd wear for like a night and then I would take it out. But I never wore fake hair. Now, once I was introduced to the easiness of sew-ins, and I just love that I literally would just put a little roller in and then I would take it out in the morning and my hair was just done. I loved it. I embraced it. I thought it was perfect. My hair was growing so much underneath because I had my braids and cornrows braided down. That's what a sew-in is. They like sew tracks on those braids. And then I did notice that my hair was getting a little fried down and laid to the side. So then I was like, okay, I don't like touching my hair so much and my hair is growing the most it ever has with having it tucked away. So then I was introduced into wearing curly half wigs, which is very popular now, which I hate. No. I was wearing curly half wigs a ton in like 2022 and 2023, and then it got recently really popular, I would say in 2025. But I would wear those because it matched my curl pattern. I'd have my natural hair out and I wouldn't have to add heat to my hair. I would just add some gel and some curling mousse and my hair was my hair. The front of my hair was out, but then the back was tucked in. It was a protective style in my mind. So I say that all to say, in that video, I was wearing a curly half wig and people were basically saying like, oh, like it would have ate if you wore all your natural hair, or like, you're saying all this, but you're wearing a white woman's hair, or you're not embracing your curls. Like, it is so exhausting. And this is coming from someone who has never, ever, ever manipulated their hair. I never have had a relaxer. I barely ever straightened my hair throughout my entire childhood and even in my adult years. And then I decided to try something new and something that I've been just doing for the past 3 years. How old am I? 25? 23, 24, yeah, 3 years. And now all of a sudden I hate myself and I hate my hair. And that's what I'm talking about when it comes to the natural hair community. It's like this end all.
One of the things I can say, I'm blessed to be a Black man because I can do whatever with my hair and not have the fear of being judged. And that's one of the things where it's like, I feel, I don't want to say bad for Black women, but as a man, protect my women because of this bullshit that is insinuated when you want to do something of your own thought process to your hair. You're automatically given ridicule from other people, in which I could tell you, man, fuck them other people, Cause I will always say that, man. Fuck them other people. If you feel like you want to do that with your hair, it's your shit. Do what you want. I love my black queens now, and I'm gonna marry a beautiful Nubian queen who loves her hair, whether it's locks, whether it's curly, whatever. But it's gonna be a natural. She's gonna be natural, all natural, not just the hair, everything, non-GMO. Like what Saloon Knight said, gazer. But due to stuff like this, the ridicule from doing whatever you want to do with your hair, that's why I'm like, I protect my black woman. I got to. I shut that shit down real quick. If she want to do that shit with her hair, she gonna do that shit with her hair. Why are you worried about what somebody else is doing to their hair when your hair isn't even kept or whatever? You worry about the wrong things, brother or sister or whoever, And like shit, I got my hair. I'm that. I can't be talking shit about people with their hair if I don't keep my hair kept and my shit not natural. My shit's very natural. This is the longest my hair has been. I don't really put products in my hair outside of like healthy products. But my hair, I would always, before I'd have the locks, my hair would always be cut. Sometimes I'd have a little afro, but majority of the time I'd have a even Steven or a fade or something like that.
Be all mindset you have to be in order to love yourself and embrace your blackness that makes people not want to be a part of the natural hair community. So I had some thoughts when it came to my particular video, but what really made me get in this chair, set the camera up, set my lighting up, put on makeup, put on an outfit, and talk about this was this one video that I saw of this woman that was doing a client's hair. So it's this hairstylist doing a black woman's hair, and the client had not had her hair trimmed in 5 years. And of course, not having your hair trimmed in 5 years, you're gonna have a bit of damage and you're gonna need to cut your hair. But this hairstylist basically wanted to cut off all of this woman's hair. So we're gonna watch this video together, and this is what I'm talking about when I talk about natural hair movement and how they speak to people that don't want to change their hair the way that they expect someone to want to change their hair. You'll get what I'm talking about in just a jiffy. Let's watch it together.
I've been doing hair since I'm 14. So in the 24 something years doing hair, this is the worst I've ever seen.
Really?
Yes. Because let me tell you why it's the worst. It's the worst because, number one, you haven't had a haircut in over 15 years. And number two, you put box color on top of it. So how long have you been box coloring the hair?
8 years ago.
Okay. So you see all of this here? You see all of this here? All of this you can see through here? That's all got to go. That as women of color, we hold on to lengths, and you don't realize you're holding on to the length, but it's not healthy. So you're holding on to dead length.
Right.
So now what's happening is, like, if I could see without really like flat ironing your hair, you would need to cut this off.
What?
This much off.
Do y'all see the length that she's talking about that she would need to cut off?
That's crazy.
That is like all of her hair. And I can see that she definitely has damage. Like, she should cut off a pretty big chunk of her hair, but it does not need to be that short. Like, it's just at that ends part. Like here, I think like she just needs to cut, oh, hold on, like right here. Like, why are you so scissor happy? We're gonna get into this in a second. Hold on, let's finish the video.
I'm not gonna be. Look, as a black man, I can honestly say, when it comes to black women's hair, this is a conversation. I'm just sitting back, I'm taking it in, and where I can, when the message comes out that I need to say, that pertains to, aiding with black women or with myself or with black men, that's when I'll go ahead and add my 2 cents. But most of this shit, I'll let the black woman speak.
This all dead, baby. I'm watching a movie right through it. It's dead.
Like, where is that part that, see, like the little part that are holding together? Where is that part dead? That hair looks very, very thick. And her saying that this is the worst that she's ever seen. This girl's hair looks incredibly healthy and
does.
full. I'm confused how this is the worst.
I really hope
yes, there's some damage to it, but it just looks like split ends. Like, I'm confused what the worst is. Like, Let's finish.
It's not about what we could do. It's if I could get it straight enough to cut it. This is how bad it is. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand. If I could get you silky enough or straight, just not even silky, straight enough for me to cut it. If I could get it straight enough for me to cut it, then we could sit and look and have that discussion. Right. But I can't. Like it's gonna take me even longer. And had you not did the box color, this probably wouldn't be as bad. Right. But the synthetic chemical that's in the box color has this like this on top of the 15 years of not getting a haircut. Mm-hmm. You know better, you do better. So we get it. I understand. That's why I asked you. Are you attached to length? Because if you're attached to length, yeah, you did. You honestly said both. But what I'm telling you, usually when people honestly say both, when they see how damaged their hair is, when they see how damaged it is, they like, all right, you right. Because it looks bad.
So I was, you said here, I was saying here. Like,
but you just asked me for my professional opinion, I gave it to you. Okay, here's the answer.
And then, like,
Just because your professional opinion doesn't mean that your professional opinion is always right. Because the length that you said to cut it, that's your opinion versus if somebody else, she were to go to somebody else and say, nah, you don't need all that cut off and do the length that Tony said. Like, I don't, and then that professional could be like, I don't know what the fuck the other person was talking about. Or say that she did cut it that length and then she ends up going to somebody else. Somebody saying, why the fuck is all your hair cut off? Oh, well, the person I went to said I need a decent amount. And then, no, you didn't need that much.
the next 2 times.
No, there's no next 2 times. You can't pull out my clippers. That's how bad this is. You're not, I don't think you're understanding that. You're lucky I didn't pull out my clippers.
Mm-hmm.
It's her threatening to cut all her hair off, saying, you're lucky I didn't pull out my clippers. I wish you would.
Nah, oh God. And it took her 15 years to grow all of her hair out, bro. Like, that is a lot of work. Yeah, she did that, the box color, but still, it's like, that's 15 years of work that you're saying to cut off. Nah, bro, you're not cutting my hair, bro. Only cut what you need to, but you're not cutting all my hair, the part that you don't need to, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure there's some natural remedies that'll help heal the scalp, heal the hair, and shit like that. But cut what you need to cut, not overdo it.
How bad this is. Your hair, it is you doing this and doing this is not gonna make it go away. It's not gonna make it get any easier. It's dead hair. Mm-hmm. So let me just tell you something. If you put oil or you put grease on a dead person, does it bring them back to life? No. So if you put oil and grease on this, it's not gonna resuscitate this hair. Mm-hmm. You gotta cut it off. You gotta bury the dead person. It's the same thing.
Okay.
You gotta get rid of it. But if you're gonna hold on to if you're attached to it, if you attach to the boyfriend that's abusing you, then you stay with him. You stay with Ike. Other than that, I can't help you, shit. Because me and my scissors, we gonna cut that dead stuff off. I don't hold on to things that don't serve me. So.
And I understand that.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying, can we cut just a?
You already asked that, and I answered.
So no.
You already asked that. Yeah.
Okay, I understand what you were saying, but she's a paying client. Why don't you just do what she wants you to do? Because she's paying. You asked. Like why do you want to be right? Just cut off. All you have to do is just cut off the length that she wanted, right? And if you warned her against it but still did it, and she came back, said, "Damn, you're right. Just cut off the length you automatically said." That's a customer that's coming back. Versus you saying, "If you're gonna cut it, we're gonna cut it the way I say I cut it." Even though that's her hair. See how much sense that makes no sense. Why would you do that? Because right now you're potentially losing a customer. I don't know if she got her hair cut by her, but you're losing a customer just off that. If you're not cutting it the way I say it, then you're not getting my service. Well, okay, then you're not getting my money.
My client's hair is the healthiest hair.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do what? They listen.
Okay.
If you don't listen, the hair is not. It's not gonna work. Mm-hmm. I have a relationship with my clients and their hair has a relationship with me. But if you think you're gonna keep combing that section and it's gonna magically get all the way to the end, baby, sweetie, you could watch a drive-through movie through the ends of that. You want my professional? Mm-hmm. You plait it. Go to the barber on a Tuesday. Let them cut it all off.
Cut it all off.
Okay.
So let's get the cutting.
But
once you straighten it.
I can't get it past that. That's what I'm trying to tell you, because you're oohing and ahhing, and I can't get. And you're like, but you're not
about
flat.
that. Just do it.
No, but as a stylist, I do.
Okay.
I do. I don't hurt people. I don't create hair trauma. I told you it feels better, but I will say this and I will keep saying it. Black women's hair should not be this difficult. It is like dealing with a toddler watching, it's kind of like if you ever see a bad kid and the parent is like, oh, Billy. It's like, no, you are pacifying the bad behavior. Cut it off and let's start all over again. We should not have to, black people should not have to, we don't need to detangle our hair. As long as it's taken care of, it's treated, and it's fine. Because you want to know what? I had 250 clients and I don't got this problem. We don't got this problem. Because the damage is in multiple parts.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
What I've told you is we're going to plait it in the section, and you're going to have to make a decision of a big chop. I'm not taking any money from you or anything. You need to make a decision of a big chop. Your hair is damaged in so many different spots. That is a titanium Class A flat iron. It ain't going through that, baby.
So, big chop is like how short?
Cut off. Start all over again. It is winter time. By summer, you'll have some good length.
You said by the
clipper.
Like
cut.
your hair?
Wouldn't say it's low, but clipper. You could at least take it, have a mini fro. Yes. Your damage is in so many different parts. If you cut one side one way, would you gonna neglect the other side?
No, I hear you.
Yes, because as we're keeping going, this is one side. You have a whole head. You got a whole head, sugar.
Yeah. So let's talk about that really quickly. She's speaking to her as if she's a child. She's speaking about black women and how we have such a severe attachment to our hair, which I can see from a certain extent. But can we?
You're supposed to have a good attachment to your hair. But this is why I can say, though, go on the stylist side. You should have a healthy attachment, but also not attach yourself to something that is dead. Like I said, I'm a black man staying on a black woman's business. But if it's multiple spots to where it's dead, and you don't want to get your hair right and healthy, if you got to make that chop, you got to make that chop. You ain't got to be outside. It's too cold in winter anyway, so stay in the house. Isolate.
Really speak about how some hairstylists can be incredibly scissor happy, just wanting to chop off all your hair. There is a way that this conversation could have been handled. Like, I saw the damage. I'm not going to say that her hair is not damaged. She has beautiful hair, but yeah, she probably could use a haircut. I'm not even going to call it a haircut. She could use a trim. And say she didn't want to chop off as much as she thought as a professional. Once again, I'm not a professional. As much as she thinks that she should have cut. You could have said to your client, instead of berating her and being so nasty towards her and talking to her as if she's a child, like, you know what? Maybe we can do it little by little. And every single appointment you come in, we're going to chop off a little bit more. That is how you are professional. Like, to me, it seemed like it was like a power move. Like, she kind of liked that with her being a hairstylist, the power is technically in their hands. And they're the professionals. So a lot of the times...
Nah, on God, she was trying to flex because she didn't have to say, oh yeah, I got 250 clients I don't need to hear about how many clients you got. Nigga, fuck your clients. This is me and you. I'm a potential client, but now, because you're trying to flex, it's moved me away from wanting to be one of your clients.
Clients will just look at them and be like, well, you're the professional, you know what you're talking about, without getting a second opinion. And now years of hair growth is all gone just based off this professional. Like, I felt like she was trying to pressure her into doing something that she did not want to do. And I honestly understand why she didn't want to do it. Because look how much hair that lady was talking about cutting off. And then she said, a mini afro? You mean to tell me she should cut off every ounce of her hair because there's damage all around and this is the worst I've ever seen? Like, no, you only said that because you were trying to get your point across and you were upset or infuriated at the fact that she didn't want to listen to you or that she didn't feel it fit to have to cut off so much of her hair. Like, telling that lady her hair, which seemed to be relatively healthy, that she needs to get a whole entire buzz cut, going from mid-back length to getting her hair up to here, that is insane. And that is what I'm talking about when it comes to the natural hair movement and them so quickly berating women that don't want to cut off all their hair.
I just know for a fact that lady would want to cut all my hair off. She would say it's damaged down to your brain. Matter of fact, we need a buzz cutter. Very low, very short, just like mine. And don't sit in my chair if you're not emotionally ready, because nobody is emotionally ready, girl, to sit in your chair ever. But this is exactly why I say, straight naturals, do your hair at home.
And her saying black women is crazy because, I mean, we've seen America's Next Top Model, and I've seen plenty of other videos of white girls and women of other colors getting their hair cut, and they're crying too. Hair is a sentiment. Hair shows history. So yeah, hair holds a lot of power. So yes, cutting your hair can feel a bit traumatizing, especially with the history of natural.
Bro, why do you think when people want to cast spells, do hoodoo and shit, they'll take your hair? They'll take your hair. Because it's locked in with you. No pun intended. But that's you. That's a piece of you. That's how they get to you. It's part of your DNA.
Hair, and black women always being told that we can't grow hair. And I think a huge part of that also is because a lot of these hairstyles be so quick to cut all our hair off, where they're like, oh, you need to cut your hair every 6 weeks. Like, no, that's something I don't believe in. I think you should cut your hair every, I'm gonna say 3 to 6 months. I haven't gotten my hair cut in 6 months. Well, probably over 6 months now. I probably should go in for a trim. It's just that with going to the gym and then paying money to get a hair trim and get it straightened, it's just kind of a waste, it feels like. But I do need to get my hair trimmed. But they want us to cut our hair so frequently to the point where it's like, well, can the hair grow? And it's not like they're just doing little dusties. No, they're doing full-blown cuts. And that's why I used to dread getting my hair done, because these hairstyles just want all of your hair off. But the way she's speaking to her, and she's saying like, black women, you guys are so attached to your hair, and oh my God, it's like talking to a toddler. You are berating a grown woman all because you feel like you can. And she's saying all that while she has a buzz cut with blonde hair. Yeah. You have box dyed hair too, so I'm confused. After seeing the length of the hairstylist's hair, I'm sorry, but it came across as if you were hating and you wanted her to cut her hair just like yours. Because how do we go from mid-back length once again with hair that just needed maybe like 2 to 3 inches cut off to her having a full-blown buzz cut like yourself? Like, that is crazy to me.
I ain't gonna cap. I don't know if I'd fuck a female with a bald head, bro. I wouldn't know where to grab. I love pulling on hair. What am I gonna do? Grab the bald head? Just Michael Jordan? Like, smack the head, just, who's your daddy? Smack the ass. And then smack the head. I don't think I'd be able to, I wouldn't be able to fuck a female with a fucking even Steven. I couldn't do that. Or a bald head. I could. That's bald head to me for a female. If you got an even Steven, if you got a line up and it's crispier than mine, yeah, I couldn't fuck me.
The entire situation could have been handled so differently. There was no need to berate her. There was no need to demean her. There was no way to make it seem like she didn't know what she was talking about. There's a way to handle it with professionalism, with class, and to allow your client to have some ounce of dignity. And here is a word from today's sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.com offers a wide array of hotels and vacation rentals anywhere, and make more time for you. Join the millions of happy renters and visit Apartments.com, the place to find a place. And I believe the client ended up leaving because, remember, she said, if you're not cutting it, I'm not doing your hair then. Like, you don't have to pay for anything, which is insane. Like, imagine if she drove a very long distance to come get her hair done, and just because she doesn't want to cut her hair, you're saying, well, you need to go with your hair undone, is absolutely crazy. But you wonder why black women in particular do not care to go to certain salons. Like, when I have gone to natural hair salons, and I've gone before, they pinpoint every piece of damage in your hair. Now, I know that is their job, but it's the way they go about it. Like, it just feels like you're constantly being kind of scolded. Like, what did you do to your hair? And like,
now, on God, make you feel bad for not knowing. Why is this shit like this? Why is it like this? What the hell happened? What did you do? I'm coming to you for a professional opinion, not to be fucking scolded by me not knowing how to do my hair. Sorry I wasn't taught in the perfect, natural way to do it, but why I'm coming to you to ask for your help. But what you're doing is scolding me and berating me. Like, no, I didn't come for that. You're not my parent.
See this, like, all of this needs to be gone. It's like the way they talk to you, and it makes you not want to go. It makes you just want to stay home and figure it out on your own. If they came in with like more of an open heart and some understanding, and literally psychologically understanding when it comes to women, how much our hair does mean to us, regardless of race, maybe women would feel more inclined to go ahead and going completely natural. But regardless, it's still a woman's choice. If I want to wear my half wig, which I'm wearing right now, I can do that, okay? Here's my hair if y'all want to play with it. My hair's right here. But no, I don't need to be berated because I choose to wear my hair in different styles. No, I do not need to be berated because I don't care to wear all of my natural hair out, even if it's straightened. Like for me personally, I hate getting my entire hair straightened. Like say I go and get a silk press and get my hair done. I hate it because now I have to constantly think about my hair. The last time I got my hair done in a salon, when I got a trim, I actually did more than a trim. I kind of cut it really short. I cut it to like my shoulders. The very next day I was out and it began raining and my hair got puffy and I had to stand outside in line to get into this bar and I was miserable. I was like, you know, if I had a sew in right now or if I had my hair in a slick back bun, I wouldn't be dealing with this. So yeah, that's probably what's scaring me to go ahead and get my hair done again because it's like I just threw $75 down the drain because having all your natural hair out does not last. And as someone who barely touches all of their natural hair, yeah, my hair reverts back very quickly. So it feels like a waste. It feels like I'm constantly looking and thinking about my hair whenever I have a sew-in in or I have my curly clip-ins in or I have a curly half wig in. I don't think about my hair at all. It's just there and I don't want to have to think about my hair. And if you are someone that does have natural hair, you have to think about your hair a whole lot more. And y'all know we have a whole bunch of stuff to think about on a regular basis as an adult. Like things are constantly on my mind. I don't want to have to think about my hair. Even right now, I have a flight tomorrow to celebrate my cousin's birthday. And I'm like, what am I going to do with my hair? I washed my hair maybe 4 days ago, but it's already dirty again because I've added gel in it because I had to like do all these different styles. And I personally prefer my hair to look all pulled together. Okay. That's how I like it. I like it to be very sleek and slick, but now my hair is dirty and I put this in quickly. And I personally don't even think I'm going to wear this, but it's the constant thinking of what am I going to do with my hair? How am I going to wear my hair? Is this style cute? Is this style going to last? Can I get in the water with this hair? It's the constant thinking of it. And then if you're someone that likes to go to the gym, that's something else you need to think about. So some Black women will choose to wear the easier option, but the natural hair warriors don't seem to understand that. And then when you do have the natural hair women that decide to just get their hair straightened, they call it a straight natural. Now you have people in the natural hair community saying, well, that's not really being a part of the natural hair community. That's damaged hair that you're calling a straight natural.
Straight naturals just don't qualify in the natural hair movement. That's all it is, really. It would be a contradiction. When the natural hair movement started, it's because they was stopping perming their hair, right? What's the point of a perm? To either straighten your hair completely or to make it a texture that's not your own texture. And that's all that's doing. If you constantly straightening your hair, then they be on here talking about, look at my curls still here, girl. Them curls is crunching. You better stop.
Bro, that's like saying, oh yeah, you're not spiritual because you still eat meat. You still eat chicken. You still eat that. You still eat fast food. Nigga, the food that I eat does not negate the fact that I know that there is a one true God, all powerful God. It doesn't negate that. Oh, you're fat, so you can't be spiritual. You're gay, so you can't be spiritual. You know how retarded that sounds?
It's really no different than the perms. You know what I'm saying? The whole point is to keep your hair straight to assimilate. It's just not a part of the natural hair movement. So it is still your natural hair, just the same way perm still be their natural hair. It's just not in a natural state. I think it's just simple, guys.
Like, it's as if you cannot win. You wear a wig one time, you're completely exiled, and you don't love yourself. You hate yourself. You don't want to be a Black woman. You don't want to be Black. You don't embrace your Blackness. Yeah. Like, it is tiring. It's tiring, and it's tiring. For me, it's just, why can't we all wear our hair how we choose to? Why does it have to be one way? Why is one way the right way and another way the wrong way? Once again, if your goal is to have more Black women embrace their hair as you choose to say, maybe stop being so insufferable and people would be more willing to join the natural hair community. But also, I think the natural hair community shouldn't just be so linear. They make it seem like there's only one way to be natural, and if you ever deter from it, you are exiled, like I said earlier. But I do also want to add that I absolutely hate when Black women go online and speak so terribly about our hair, when they say, like, the comment cries in 4C, and they're saying these things under one non-Black women's posts, or they're saying it under posts with women that have looser textured curls. I think it does make it seem as if Black women hate their hair even more. I mean, we already have the natural hair movement telling us that, but we shouldn't be telling outsiders that too. And a lot of the times I see it, like, oh, I wish that I had that hair, or 4C hair is so complicated. Now, I don't have 4C hair, but my mother does have 4C hair. And this is not for me to, like, you know, denounce anyone's struggle, because I do think that with having curlier coilier. I put coily and curly together. But I think that if you do have curly or coilier hair, it is more difficult to manage, or I don't want to say manage, it is more difficult to work with, or should I say it takes more time to take care of it and make it look a way that you would want it to look, if you know what I mean. So I do understand that. However, I do not think that we should be saying that, making it seem as if the Black woman experience is so terrible and that we are so undesirable or our hair is so undesirable on the internet. That's problematic. I think we should embrace and understand that there are different experiences among different hair types and textures, but we shouldn't make it seem like one is worse than the other or that one is uglier or less beautiful than the other. And a lot of Black women will do that underneath posts. And I do hate that, like, cries in 4C or 4C hair just sucks. Like, you guys just don't get it. Like, I don't think that's productive to the conversation at all either.
I'm gonna go straight into it, no sugarcoating. Stop leaving negative comments about 4C hair. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing it. I don't care if you struggle with your hair on the daily. Everyone does. That's a part of doing your hair. You're going to give up someday. Sometimes you're gonna want to vomit trying to do your hair because it doesn't want to work with you.
Damn,
but leaving hate comments is not a good idea, and here's why. Imagine I am a non-Black person who doesn't know anything about hair types or anything about Black hair. I go in a comment section after seeing some girl do her hair, which is very, very common, and all the comments are about 4C hair and how hard it is to do and how bad it is. It's a cycle. You continue seeing it. You continue seeing these comments. You've gained a concept in your head that 4C hair must be a very bad hair type to manage. So then on another person's video, you might see something like, I don't want to have bad hair. That hair is nappy. They have horrible hair. So then you think back to those hair comments you saw about 4C hair, which you don't have any idea what it looks like, and you start putting those two together, because if they say 4C hair might be bad, and then they said this must be bad hair or this must be nappy hair, this must be the same thing. As you can see, this is a process that happens with a lot of people, and that's why you have people saying that this hair type is the worst hair type. They don't even know anything about it. I want to start by saying 4C hair is the most coiliest hair.
I don't even know what type of hair.
The coils are so tight that they're really tiny and they're really small. If you get up close, you can really see them. Far away, like you see how you can see how my hair is curly from far away. This is a wig, but like you see how you can see it. 4C hair, you can't do that. You're gonna have to be really close to see the definition.
A lot of shit pissed me off. So my sister from another mister, she's gonna say, "Ooh, you got that Puerto Rican type hair, okay?" And then she's gonna say my beard is like coochie hairs, bruh. I could have knocked her out right there, bruh. What are you talking about? My beard is like coochie hairs, bruh. She in my room sleep. I should go and straight just die on her, just straighten her back.
Each little curl. And it's like, I don't want to sugarcoat shit, because it's just like y'all building a negative stereotype about y'all's fucking hair and making it hard for y'all to, you know, get out this habit.
But yes, I say that all to say, let women do whatever the freak they want to do with their own hair. Why are we always talking about what someone should or should not be doing? Like, how about we all just mind our business and live happily ever after? I think life would be dolphins, rainbows, and happiness if we did just that. But you guys, I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below when it comes to the natural hair movement. I want to know your thoughts when it comes to that video I showed you. What do you feel about being a straight natural? What do you feel about perming your hair? What do you feel about people that choose to get maybe a silk press once or twice a year? Let's get it all chatted up in the comments down below. But as always, I love and I appreciate you guys so very much, and I will see you all in my very next video. Love you guys. Bye.
Pluto TV has thousands of free movies and TV.
Nice try to sneak in an ad. All I can say is, first, shout out to Tony Brand. It's a dope video. Shit, to my beautiful Nubian queens, I'm natural. Natural. I always go for the natural. Now, it may not be how it seems, but I don't know how to do y'all hair. It has nothing to do with me. But, yeah. That's all I gotta say.